Hello YouTube, Cal Dallas Gamer here with an Overwatch 2 video. Now before I get to the subject of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed those short videos of me playing with Ivy and having a close-up video for YouTube Shorts. I'm pretty sure you Gooner gamers likes that. But anyway, back to the subject of Overwatch 2. I decided to go back and try it out and see what's the difference because I know ever since I stopped playing Overwatch 2, there were two brand new Overwatch characters that were added into the game. There was one character called Freya and another character that looks like a waterbender from the video game Avatar. I mean, the TV series Avatar. And he looks interesting, but I did not play them. I wanted to be a little nostalgic and go back and play my most favorite Overwatch character, which is Mercy. Aside from Mercy, I love playing Reinhardt. Oh, and one more thing, since you guys kind of saw in the very beginning of this video, I did enjoy the feature of picking your own map as a team, and you get to vote which hero bands that you're gonna do. This is super like similar to the game League of Legends. In League of Legends, you do hero bans. Here, same thing, and I'm honestly very happy about this. In matter of fact, a lot of people, when Overwatch first came out, or especially Overwatch 1, people were comparing this as a MOBA shooter. I repeat, MOBA shooter. So it's kind of like League of Legends, except as first-person shooter, and rightfully so because if you think about it, all the characters they have ultimate abilities. All the characters has regular abilities that you could do. The only difference is it's a first person shooter, so that means you have a gun and you can shoot people. Not every character has quote unquote a gun, but there is, shooting involved, so that's kind of obvious. The character that don't have a gun, I'm referring to Reinhardt. Obviously, he does not have a gun. He relies on his hammer, but his hammer is super devastating, especially when you get close range, and he's a true tank. That's why, me personally, I love mainly Reinhardt because he is super tanky. And matter of fact, he's the OG tank, and I'm very happy that he is sort of still viable in this game. The problem is because of the other new tanks that got into the game, he's a little more reliant on his team. But if the team works with Reinhardt, Reinhardt absolutely shines, and he's absolutely like the best. Aside from Reinhardt, aside from Mercy, I used to main Reaper, especially in Overwatch 1. My highest rank was Diamond, borderline Master, and that's because I was super good with Reaper. But once again, Overwatch is a MOBA shooter game, so shooting, skill, aiming is involved. And Reaper is one of those characters that surprisingly, it takes skill to aim with his shotgun. What I'm referring is his headshot. If you get a shotgun headshot, it absolutely kills almost every single character in this game. Literally, both DPS and healer, minus the tanks, because obviously the tanks they're very high health. But Reaper, he could definitely one-shot most characters, and that's insane. And me, I kind of got good with Reaper, and the best part about Reaper is that he's consistent, which means since Overwatch they regularly, well, how do I say this, redesign some of the heroes. Reaper, he stay consistently, like he barely gets any buffs or nerfs throughout the Overwatch life cycle. As a matter of fact, Reaper, he's still kind of the same since Overwatch 1. The only thing that changed dramatically, and you could say it was a rework with his character design, was how he heals. That was the only thing that changed dramatically. Everything else was purely buffs and tweaks, but his overall design was super consistent. Nothing really changed, especially his character kit, and I love that. I honestly kind of, for a nostalgic reason, I kind of missed that old healing when he sucked up the orbs in Overwatch 1, but I really prefer his current healing mechanic where when you shoot people, you get lifesteal. So he's like a vampire, he does vamp lifesteal, and I love that because it makes him more tankier and it rewards you for being a good shooter. Once again, this is a shooting game, and despite Reaper uses shotgun, it still requires aiming. So, yeah, to use Reaper to his maximum potential, it requires aiming, and because he's using a shotgun, obviously you gotta get up close in person. But the reason why I main Reaper is because He's all about the aggressive shooter, and if your uses teleport right, he also could be assassin behind enemy lines. And of course, you use Wraith to get out of trouble, but don't overly use it because obviously, overly use it, you end up getting the get out of free jail card. But anyway, you might notice that here in this footage, my third most played character is Junker Queen, and that is because when Overwatch 1 transitioned to Overwatch 2, the very first brand new character was Junker Queen, and me personally, I love her because it reminded me of Reaper. No joke, guys. She is like Reaper, but obviously in a tank form. If Reaper transitions into a tank form, then Reaper becomes Junker Queen, and to me, that's how I see it. Junker Queen, just like Reaper, has a shotgun, and you could one shot most people, but it takes very skillful aim. I hit her shotgun is slightly weaker than Reaper, but it is still powerful, and you could still land those meat headshots, and it's super devastating. Matter of fact, I think you could potentially one shot most people, but I could be wrong on that part. Again, I could be definitely wrong. But she does massive damage, almost comparable to Reaper with her shotgun. But like I said, it's slightly weaker, and the reason why is because one, she's a tank, and two, she has kits that does things a little better. Jungle Queen is absolutely a very good pick for solo players and me, since I queue up randomly instead of playing with friends in competitive mode. Jungle Queen is my go-to tank. The downside is that she lacks of utility, especially with comparison with Reinhardt. Reinhardt, he uses a shield to provide cover for his teammates. Dragon Queen obviously has no benefits except for her shout. Her shouting ability is very good for leading the charge into your enemy, but the problem with the shout is that it's long cooldown and it only lasts for a bit. It doesn't last for a long time. Like Reinhardt's shield, for example. Reinhardt's shield, for example, can last for indefinitely as long as his shield regenerates, and you know when to put your shield away in order to let it regenerate, and put it on in order to provide cover for your teammates. But anyway, Jungle Queen, everything else about her kit is purely about enhancing her ability to push to offensive and secure kills. So I love her lifesteal ability. Just like Reaper, she does have a lifesteal. The difference is it's not coming from her main gun, unlike Reaper. It comes from her bleed. She does throw knives. She retracted knives to get enemy out of position, and she uses an axe called Carnage. And I love the axe ability. And I'm super happy that the last time I play Chakra Queen, they buffed her where her access ability, when you hit people, a bunch of people at the same time, it resets, and including all of her other abilities, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but it definitely resets the axe. So that means you could constantly whack people with the axe, and it does massive amount of damage, and it applies bleed. And the best part is her ultimate, which it provides bleed and it reduces. Actually, no, it acts like an anti-nade, so it's a perfect counter for Zenyatta ultimate. But yeah, Jungle Queen, absolutely my favorite. She is a real queen beauty, and I love her aesthetics. It's very similar to Ivy, but she is more wild and more, sinister. But I still like that. So yeah, not to be a good here. But anyway, what I wanted to discuss in this video, and you guys might know this already, especially with the background footage, is the community still being toxic. Majority of the stuff in this game has not changed dramatically. The only thing that changed, I could tell, is picking maps, because I played some of the brand new maps and they're honestly pretty good. Pretty good, and it adds flavor to the game. And I love the fact that you could pick your own map in competitive mode, and that you could see the cards of which characters that player played the most, the top three most played character. Me personally, I love playing Mercy, and I think I mentioned this in my previous video, especially in the water tank video. Why I play Mercy a lot, because she heals, she damage boosts, and she has the most OP ability, in my opinion, when it comes to video games, which is Resurrection. If your teammates die, you could resurrect them back from the dead. The downside of Mercy is that all of her character and in-game design is revolves around passivity, so she indirectly gets involved in team fights, and that's why a lot of people dislike that. But me personally, I don't mind because I come from TF2 before Overwatch ever came out. I used to play a lot of TF2, and two of my most played class was engineer and medic. And when I was playing medic, I got that social dopamine that people were praising me just for playing a good healer, and I love that. This transitioned very well when I play Overwatch as Mercy, and people once again praise me for being a good Mercy player, and they love that. A lot of people they hate Mercy herself because she of her passive design. Like you don't get involved in the fight. You're just in the background, helping your teammates out. And once again, me personally, I don't mind. As a matter of fact, I get a little social dopamine when the people are performing well. And I think everyone could agree on that they don't like Mercy herself, but they do appreciate a good Mercy teammate when a very good Mercy player is on their side. So yeah, I get a lot of praise for playing Mercy correctly, and what I love about her, aside from her healing and resurrection, is her damage boost. Damage boost is a very good skill in order to help the DPS and tank to secure kills. I repeat, to secure kills. That's why Mercy was being used in competitive meta. Oh, and one more thing, now that you guys probably seen it already. Um, One thing that did not change, and this is a very downer for me, is the community. If you guys seen my water tank video, I was one of my previous water tank videos. I was ranting in Onslaught about competitive play, and as you can see right here, this person is throwing. I wrote down his name. His name is Meaty Imp, number 29900, and I got super upset because this individual he's ruining the game for me. So yeah, the community is still toxic as ever, and me, I just want to win, but this guy is proving the opposite. I had to shorten this video in order to fit the timeline because I had to do it less than 15 minutes. And you can see towards the end of the video, once again, I had to cut it, but we end up winning, surprisingly. So I'm kind of glad that Overwatch is still a skill based mobile shooter game, but at the same time, I'm upset that there's still toxic community out there. So guys, I feel like I've ranted enough, but yeah, Overwatch 2, I'm honestly happy that things are changing, things are improving. However, because I completely stopped spending money in this game and completely stopped spending any money towards Blizzard, especially after destroying Call of Duty recently, I'm no longer gonna spend any money in Overwatch or Call of Duty. As for water tanks, I'm also gonna not spend any more money except for Wargaming Plus just to help myself with the grind because I'm trying to unlock other tanks. But yeah, I'm gonna take that, self-advised, self discipline very seriously. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. And please leave a comment down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your experience about Overwatch. And I hope Overwatch is still an enjoyable game for you guys. But if not, let me know what other games that strongly recommended. Um, yeah, and I might feature Marvel Rival because I do have that game on my Steam account. So yeah, stay tuned for that, guys. Well, guys, I'm gonna end it here. Cal Dallas Gamer, over and out.